Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Deving Sarasating Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiti. Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th Canto, Chapter 10. This chapter is entitled as The Nature of Fruitive Activity, text 22. Antarayair abhihito Antarayair abhihito Yadi dharma sanusthitaha Yadi dharma sanusthitaha Tenapi nirjitam sthanam Tenapi nirjitam sthanam Yatha gacchati tach shrinu Yatha gacchati tach shrinu Antarayair abhihito Yadi dharma sanusthitaha Tenapi nirjitam sthanam Yatha gacchati tach shrinu Antarayair abhihito Yadi dharma sanusthitaha Tenapi nirjitam sthanam Yatha gacchati tach shrinu Antarayair abhihito Yadi dharma sanusthitaha Tenapi nirjitam sthanam Yatha gacchati tach shrinu Antarayai, by obstacles and discrepancies. Abhihitaha, not affected. Yadi, if dharma, one's execution of regulated duties, according to Vedic injunctions. Swa anushtitaha, excellently performed. Tena, by that. Api, even. Nirjitam, accomplished. Sthanam, status. Yatha, the manner in which. Gacchati, it perishes. Tat, that. Shrinu, please hear. Translation: if one performs Vedic sacrifices and fruitive rituals without any mistake or contamination, one will achieve a heavenly situation in the next life. But even this result, which is only achieved by perfect performance of fruitive rituals, will be vanquished by time. Now hear of this. Please repeat after me. If one performs Vedic sacrifices, and fruitive rituals, without any mistake or contamination, one will achieve a heavenly situation in the next life. But even this result, which is only achieved by perfect performance of fruitive rituals, will be vanquished by time. Now hear of this. Purport: the word gacchati means going. In Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna states, Agamo paina anittaha. All material experiences, good or bad, come and go. Therefore, the word gacchati refers to disappearance of the results of even the most meticulously performed fruitive sacrifices. Any material situation, from the worst to the best, is imperfect. Thus, one should strive only for pure Krishna consciousness. Om Ajnanati Mirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militang Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunnavadi Paschata Nishutarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashati Gauravanta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Antarayair abhihita yadi dharma sanushtitaha tenapi nirjitang sthanam yatha gacchati tachrinu. If one performs Vedic sacrifices and fruitive rituals without any mistake or contamination, one will achieve a heavenly situation in next life. But even this result, which is only achieved by perfect performance of fruitive rituals, will be vanquished by time. Now hear of this. So Krishna is instructing Uddhava. These parts of the 11th canto is known as the Uddhava Gita. Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself spoke the Uddhava Gita also. Krishna spoke to Uddhava. And so here he is describing about the nature of fruitive activity. Fruitive activities are the first stage of Vedic instructions, Karma Kanda section. Vedas have basically 3 kandas or 3 branches of knowledge. First aspect is Karma Kanda. And the principle of Karma Kanda is, as you sow, so shall you reap. If you act in a right way, you will enjoy. If you act in a wrong way, you will suffer. And then the Vedas are giving the ideas or instructions that how to fulfill one's desire. Everybody wants to be happy. And what is happiness? Happiness is fulfillment of desire. When our desires are fulfilled, we are happy. And Vedas are saying how to fulfill desires. Okay, you want to become very rich, Vedas are saying, do this, you'll become rich. You want to become a king, Vedas are saying, do this, you'll become a king. We are actually, one is never satisfied in this material nature. A poor man wants to be a rich man, and a rich man wants to be a king. And a king wants to become a monarch. A monarch wants to become the sovereign ruler of the entire earth planet. Still is he? Still he is not happy. Then he wants to go to heavenly planet. Just going to heavenly planet is not enough. In heavenly planets he wants to become the king of the heavenly planet, Indra. So Vedas are saying, fine, whatever you want, you can get. Only thing is that you have to act in a certain way. You have to perform certain activities. You want to become a king, perform such and such sacrifice. You want to become the king of the entire earth planet, fine. Perform Ashramedh Yoga, Yajna or Rajasuya Yajna. You'll become the king of the entire earth planet. You want to become the king of heavenly planet, that's also possible. Perform 100 horse sacrifices, 100 Ashramedh Yoga. He'll become king of heaven. And in this way it goes on and on and on. So Krishna is pointing out that, okay, this is the first aspect of the Vedic wisdom, karma kanda. So Krishna is talking about karma kanda, the nature of fruitive activity. What is the meaning of the fruitive activity? This expression has been derived from fruit. When you plant a tree, what do you want? You want the fruit. So the purpose of planting a tree is to get the fruit. Similarly, the purpose of your activities is to get the results of those activities, which are considered to be like the fruits of those activities. So when you want to enjoy those activities, it's called fruitive. It's called fruitive. We are desirous of the fruits of those activities. And the objective of these fruitive activities is to enjoy. Enjoy by acting in a certain way. Like in the material nature, in our day-to-day life also we see that if somebody prepares himself very nicely, he gets a good result. If one qualifies himself nicely, he gets a good job. If he acts nicely in his job, he gets promoted. So these are the results of our actions. On the other hand, if somebody doesn't prepare himself and goes to the exam, what will happen? He'll flunk. If one doesn't do things properly, is irresponsible, will he ever be promoted? No. So this is how we see that how our actions lead to proper reaction. And what is the goal? Like we see that in this material nature, everyone is trying to enjoy acting in a proper way. So much competition nowadays we find among the students. Especially in India, the goal of life of the youngsters is to get admitted in IIT. And there is so much struggle. Like out of those who come, millions compete actually to get a few hundred seats in the university, maybe a few thousand. It composes only a fraction of the competitors. And why do they go to IIT? Because if they go to IIT, then they'll get a good job. So this is how everyone is trying to enjoy in this material nature, and for the sake of having those enjoyments, they prepare themselves. And when people have higher understanding, when people have understanding that the life will continue even after this life. Then what they do, they want to make arrangements to have enjoyment even after the next life. Rather, they undergo various kinds of austerities to have the enjoyment in the next life. That culture used to be very, very common in India. People used to perform austerities and penances for a greater and better future. Jai Shri Shri Radha Landaneshwar ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Jai Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So those who have the knowledge about the next life, they want to make arrangements for enjoyment in next life. But unfortunately, what is happening nowadays, most of the people don't even bother about next life. They don't believe that there is next life. That is the result of very gross materialistic attitude. Materialistic attitude means to lead a life based on body consciousness. Because their whole emphasis is on the body, they think when the body will be finished, everything will be finished. Therefore, they don't care about next life. Therefore, they don't care about how they are acting in this life. They don't hesitate to commit sinful activities just to get a little enjoyment in this life. But they don't realize by acting in that way, they are going to suffer in their next life. They may get a tiny little benefit here, but the suffering, the punishment that will become the result of that will be very, very severe. Like, for example, somebody may think that, well, no one is seeing me. No one is seeing me, so let me steal this. So if I steal this and if I'm not caught, then I'm not punished. I'm not going to be punished, so I can enjoy. But they don't know that karmana daiva netrena. Daiva netrena. There are divine eyes who are actually watching every single action. All our actions are recorded. So one may think that, well, I didn't pay £5 and I stole this. What a gain! I gained £5. But they don't realize that for this £5 crime, they have to pay £5,000. If they knew that, then people would not commit sinful activities. Prabhupada once said that in 1943 in India, there was a great famine. 3 million people died in that famine. But there was not a single case of looting or stealing. People are starved to death, but still they would not steal or loot. Why? Because they knew that they may get some benefit now, but the result of that is going to be much more serious than that. That's why the first thing that one must recognize about the continuity of one's existence even beyond death. Then at least people will be hesitant to act in an irresponsible way. So that is the first consideration that the Vedas are reminding us. We are not this body, so when the body is finished, when the body is dead, that doesn't mean that's the end of me. I will continue. And the next body will be the result of this body's activities. If I act in a right way, then the next body will be desirable body. If I act in a wrong way, then the next body is going to be undesirable. Will be the source of all kinds of sufferings. And then when we have that understanding, and then we get to understand about the structure of the universe. Is only the Earth planet the only place? Like previously, when people used to live in Europe, or say rather in England, they used to think that England is the universe. Because people did not have the ability to go beyond the ocean. But then we got to know, no, this is not the only country. This country is not the only universe. There are continents where this country belongs. And there is not only one continent, there are so many other continents. And then as the knowledge grows, they get to know this planet is not the only place. This planet is a part of the universe. And the informations are there about the universe. The universe has 14 planetary systems. 7 higher planetary systems and 7 lower planetary systems. The higher planetary systems are the Earth planet is the ground. The first floor of a multi-storied building, first floor of a 7-story building that has another 7-story in the basement. The universe is like somewhat like that. 7 stories up. What is the ground floor? Earth planet. Then above Earth planet, there is Bhubar Loka. Then above Bhubar Loka, Swarga Loka. Then above Swarga Loka is Mahar Loka. Then Jana Loka. Then Tapa Loka. Then Satta Loka. So these are 7 higher planetary systems going all the way up to Satyaloka, where Lord Brahma resides. And then the heavenly planet is a very, very desirable place to go to. Because that is the place where the demigods live, devas. And they were the deva. Who are the devas? Devas are the controllers of different affairs of the universe. Universe has various departments, like water department, and there is one deva who is the controller of the water department. Who is that? Varun Dev. Then there is wind department. Who is the controller? Pavan Dev. Then there is fire department, Agni Dev. There is a sun planet. Who is the ruler of the sun planet? Surya Dev. There is the education department, Saraswati Devi. So this is how there are different departmental heads, and they live in the heavenly planets. And now, just as high-ranking government officials get benefits, the residents of heavenly planets, because they are serving the Lord, they are taking care of different affairs of the universe on behalf of the Lord, they get a lot of facilities. A lot of facilities means a lot of enjoyment. So, people generally, those who have the knowledge, how beautiful the heavenly planet is, and materially people want to enjoy by various kinds of material sense gratification. And heavenly planets provides all these kinds of sense gratifications. Beautiful dancing girls. Their association is so desirable. And there is a drink called Somaras. It takes you high but doesn't give you a hangover. So this is how there are various facilities in the heavenly planets, and people generally want to go to the heavenly planet. But Krishna is pointing out that his point was going to the heavenly planet. Why? Going to heavenly planet is something like going for a vacation in a very beautiful place. Going to Hawaii on a vacation. Or going to Canary Islands for a vacation. Or coming to London for a vacation. So when you go for a vacation, then what happens? To go there, you have to have a lot of money with you. Right? And what you do? You spend that money. In Italy, there is a saying that in Italy, they make the Germans work throughout the year. And then comes during the summertime and pay them all the money that they earned. So the point is, as if they're employing the Germans to work throughout the year to come to Italy during summer, because many German people go for a vacation in Italy. So all the money they have saved throughout the year, they go and spend it. And then when the money is finished, then what happens? They have to come back. So similarly, kshine punne martolokam vishanti. When the punya, the pious activities become exhausted, one has to come down to this material, to this earth planet. Kshine punne martolokam. Martolokam means mrittuloka. Mrittuloka means the world of death. This earth planet is the world of death. In heavenly planet there is no death. No one dies. They fall down from heaven. When their punya is exhausted. So, why try to make some arrangement which is temporary? This has been very beautifully demonstrated in Ramayana. One sage performed great austerities. And as a result of his austerities, the chariot came from the heavenly planet to take him to heavenly planet. So the charioteer, the representative of Indradev, said, look, Indradev has sent the chariot to take you to heavenly planet. Oh, heavenly planet, what is there? So he started to describe this enjoyment, that enjoyment, such beautiful place like. And then he questions, but what is the criteria? Why did you come to take me to heavenly planet? Oh, because you have so much piety. Oh, so as a result of this piety, I'm going to get to heavenly planet and have those enjoyments. That means, as I enjoy, I will exhaust my piety. Right? And then what will happen when all my piety is exhausted? Then he was told that he'll fall down, come back to the earth planet. He said, if I have to come back here, then why go there? But tell me, if there is any situation where this enjoyment that you are speaking of is permanent, then he told about the spiritual sky. Jadgatva nanivartante. That's the difference. When you go there, then you don't have to come down here. You go to heavenly planet, yes, you'll have to come down here. Most likely. But when you go to the spiritual world, you don't have to come back. Then he asked, so, can my piety take me to the spiritual world? No. What do I need to go there? You need pure devotion to the Lord. Okay, then let me cultivate that. Very wise sage. So he made the right decision. Common people, ordinary people will think, oh, chariot has come to take me to heavenly planet. So let me go and enjoy. But an intelligent person will consider, what's the use of that enjoyment? If I have to come down and suffer here again, so why go there? It's like something like going up and then coming down. Krishna is saying that in Bhagavad Gita. That Urdham gachanti sattastha madhye tishtati rajasa jaganna guna prittistha adho gachanti tamasa. Those who are situated in goodness, they'll go to heavenly higher planetary systems. Those who are in the mode of passion, they'll remain in the earthly planet. And those who are in the mode of ignorance, they will go to the lower planetary system. Adho gachanti, they'll fall down. So this is how Krishna gradually giving us the knowledge. Actually, here Krishna is actually saying, now hear of this. Hear of this. The fruitive activities, benefit of fruitive activities, and what is the ultimate outcome of those fruitive activities. That's what Krishna is leading to. Prior to this, Krishna spoke about Varnashram, and there also he mentioned about that the Varnashram is actually leading to pious activities. Varnashram is not finally taking us to the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is actually pure devotional service to Krishna. So, that is the essence of the Vedic understanding. The partial understanding is not actually leading to the ultimate goal. The partial understanding, like Karma Kanda, understanding of Karma Kanda, giving us a partial understanding. Then Karma Kanda is leading to Jnana Kanda, giving us partial understanding. Like Karma Kanda says, how to enjoy here. And Jnana Kanda says, how to get out of here. When one realizes, through Karma Kanda section ultimately, by trying to enjoy, when he finally realizes that in spite of all my endeavor to enjoy, I'm suffering. I do not want to suffer. I want to enjoy. But I'm suffering. Why am I suffering? So that is leading to the Jnana Kanda section. And Jnana Kanda makes one realize that this material nature is a place of suffering. Does anybody go to a prison house to enjoy? No. Similarly, no one comes here to enjoy. It's like a prison house. At the most, it's like a playground. Playing games. When you're winning, we are happy. When we are losing, we are sad. But this game is not going to last forever. Therefore, the intelligent person will try to understand where the home is. A prison house is not our home. A playground is not our home. Where our home is where we came from. And where did we come from? The information that are available. Spiritual world. And when we go back there, we become situated in our actual identity. Prabhupada has used that expression, constitutional position. We become situated in our constitutional position, meaning what we actually are, we become that. When you go back home, back to Godhead. And what is the qualification to go back home? Can one go back home to God, back to Godhead by performing pious activities? No. What is the qualification? What is the criteria for going back to Godhead?
Pure devotional service.
What does it mean, pure devotional service? Pure, yes.
Without karma, without jnana,
Yes, yeah, without karma, without jnana. But what is without karma and what is without jnana? That is pure devotional service. Good, that's the definition. Pure devotional service means developing one's loving relationship with Krishna. Developing our loving relationship with Krishna. And when you love somebody, then what do you do? Why, right. When you love somebody, you express your love through some action. And that is called service. So that's why pure devotional service, loving devotional service. As an expression of our love for Krishna, we do things for Krishna. So that is the qualification. That means we have to develop our loving relationship with Krishna. When we develop that loving relationship with Krishna, then we become qualified to go back to Godhead. So that is the ultimate conclusion of the Vedas. That is even beyond Gyanakanda. And that is bhakti. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the teachings of the Vedanta Sutra, which has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. So Krishna is so mercifully giving us all these informations. He gave the informations in Bhagavad Gita. Now he is giving the information about our ultimate goal through these chapters in the 11th canto. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Does anybody have any question? Yes? Dear. Oh, Mike, okay. Or you can tell me. I can hear you.
Why did Lord Chaitanya choose this planet?
This planet? Because the earth planet is the place where the Lord comes to give the actual knowledge. And human form is actually provides us the opportunity to get out of this material nature. And earth planet is the place which is the gateway out of this universe. That's why he comes and gives the knowledge. Because the human beings are the most eligible candidates for receiving the knowledge, and earth planet is the place from where one can actually get out. So if you want to get out, then earth planet is the best place to get out. Example, as I gave the example of a 14-story building, 7-story below, underneath, 7-story above, which is the ground floor. The 7th one from top, right? Now if you want to get out of the multi-storied building, where do you get out from? From the roof? You get out from the ground floor. So that's why earth planet is the ground floor. And human beings have the body which is similar to the Lord's body. Similar to our spiritual identity. Therefore the Lord comes and bestows this mercy. Even from heavenly planets and higher planetary system, if one wants to get out, he has to come to the earth planet. Alright? That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to the earth planet. Thank you. Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada talked about the importance of establishing Varnashram because it's not that everyone would take directly to Krishna consciousness. So in the future, say when we've established Varnashram, how will we elevate people from that point? Is it that they have to go up the yoga ladder, or once we've established it, we will find some way of getting them to do devotional service?
Well, good point. Good question. You see, Varnashram is actually the way to structure the society. And as you said, not that everybody will become a devotee. Like that's what Prabhupada actually said. Not that everybody will become a devotee. Those who won't become a devotee, for them there is a need for Varnashram, to structure them. Meaning, those who want to stay in this plan, in this world, for them there is a need for Varnashram. But those who have finished off their business in this world, for them is devotional service. Like probably you remember that point came up yesterday. About initiation, Prabhupada mentioned, and also the scripture mentions that in order to become qualified for initiation, one has to be totally fried with this material nature. That means to aspire for spiritual development, one has to be totally disgusted with this material nature. Because if you are not disgusted, why will you want to get out of here? If you think this is a beautiful place, so much enjoyment, then the natural tendency will be, then let me stay here. Why should I go? Why should I go anywhere else? Let me stay here. This world is so beautiful and I want to stay here forever. So those who do not have proper information, they live in this ignorance. Right? Any other question? Yes?
Maharaj, maybe it's a difficult question, but actually it relates to Indian culture and the Vaishnava culture of Brahminical initiation. So normally through Indian tradition you are born in a Gotra and you get Brahmin initiation. And in Vaishnava tradition I'm wondering if you are initiated, then you get Harinam, you get Brahmin initiation. So out of these two, both are giving you a Brahmin initiation. But are you really a Brahmin by getting initiation, without being a Brahmin? That doesn't make sound.
Good point. Yeah. See, there are two considerations. One is by birth, and the other is by qualification. So, as you were saying, the Indian way, or Indian standard is basically by birth. Whereas Vaishnav consideration is by qualification. You see, Brahmana means to be in the mode of goodness. And Vaishnava means beyond mode of goodness, spiritual world. Mode of goodness is also in the material world, right? Like material nature has three modes: ignorance, passion, and goodness. So mode of goodness also is material mode, maybe the highest. It's actually the highest mode. But spiritual world is beyond this material nature. So when you are in the spiritual platform, then you are beyond even the mode of goodness. That state of spiritual nature is called pure goodness, Suddha Sattva. Goodness is Sattva Guna, and spiritual world is Suddha Sattva, Vishuddha Sattva, pure goodness. So now, when one is in a Vaishnava platform, he is actually beyond Brahminical platform. That's why for a Vaishnava to become a Brahmana is no problem. If you are already situated in a higher status, to assume a status which is below, is a difficult one? No. So that's why, now the question actually is, why do the Vaishnavas then take Brahmana initiation? The Brahmana initiation is necessary because the deity worship in the temple is conducted according to the rules and regulations of the scriptures. And the scriptural injunction is that the deity worship in the temple must be conducted by the Brahmanas. So that is why in the Vaishnava community also there is a consideration of Brahmana initiation, Gayatri, Diksha. Right? Okay.
If I have, if I'm getting initiated, then I might still be in a lower state of strata of consciousness. So
no, you are getting
Brahmin initiation.
You are getting a lower designation,
Yeah.
but your status is higher already.
Okay.
You are stepping down to execute something.
All right.
Right? Say, for example, the chairman assumes the role of the managing director. For the sake of, say, conducting the meeting, the chairman, becomes the managing director. But that doesn't mean that because he has assumed the role of the managing director, therefore he is not the chairman anymore. He is the chairman under all circumstances. All right? So now what's your preference? Brahmana or Vaishnava?
Yeah, the goal is, of course,
Very good. Thank you.
Krishna Prema.
Very- So yes, he has a question.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. I'm a devotee. Actually, sorry, I'm not a devotee. I'm someone who went through many Vaishnava communities, many sanghas. And of course, this is not a very fortunate situation because if somebody is on my stage, he will be exposed to many controversies, many grudges, criticism, and like that. But at the same time, there is this like a need or like this, I don't know how to describe it, but like Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur wanted that this mission is preached with a united effort. Similarly, Srila Prabhupada encouraged his God brothers, and this all the time, narrative is there. So I just was wondering, maybe you have an insight how to achieve that level when all the Vaishnavas will be united one day.
Very good. It's a tough job, but that is our goal. That is our goal. You see, the unity is a result of harmony. When you all are harmoniously situated, then we are united. But the discord is due to conflict. And the conflicts are the tendency to enjoy this material nature. The conflicts are due to a lack of spiritual understanding. Therefore, vigorous preaching is necessary. Everybody has to be reminded why we are here. Why we are here. So, through the preaching means becoming aware of the actual goal. So when we were situated in our actual goal, our main objective, then there is no room for conflict. Right? Like, say for example, ultimately we all want to become servants of Krishna. Isn't it? Because we are, in our constitutional position, we are servants of Krishna. So if many servants want to serve the master, do the servants fight? No. The servants cooperate. Oh, can you please cut the vegetables for me? Can you please do this? And the other person says, well, this is such a wonderful opportunity to do something for my master. So let me just do it. So the ultimate consideration is, yes, the world will become world will become united. But for that, the world has to become Krishna conscious. Because Krishna consciousness only will create that unity. If there is lack of Krishna consciousness, if there is absence of Krishna consciousness, then there will be conflict. Okay? Thank you. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. Thank you very much. In the class it was mentioned one point about as you sow, so shall you reap. And the example was given, if one steals £5, he will have to repay ultimately 5,000. We come across various situations in our day-to-day practical lives. For example, if one is working for a company, the employer, and employer may not be engaged in ethical activities. Generally, today's companies are based exploiting the nature, and the part of world I come from, Middle East, is all exploiting the oil from Mother Nature. So that is the money we get ultimately. Or there might be a business where businessmen has to save some tax, not pay the full tax, or lie to be in the business. Or there can be a situation where an employee is there in a company and he finds some easy money and he thinks, okay, I'll take it but I'll utilize for Krishna's service. So all these practical situations, some are, the third one is within our control, but the first two are not. So how we come out of those, given that the example you mentioned which we have to repeat.
Yeah. You see, in order to perform our activities mainly for maintaining ourselves and our family in this material nature, we have to have a livelihood. What you're talking about is actually the livelihood. You have to earn money. That's why you're working for these persons. And while making this your livelihood, sometimes you may be involved in unethical activity out of your own volition or being compelled due to the situation. Therefore, the consideration is that the money that you earn from that, give a part of that to Krishna. That is the custom in the Vedic culture, that those who are running businesses, they offer part of their income to Krishna. And and the ultimate consideration is just offer yourself to Krishna. Offer yourself to Krishna and you pray to Krishna, Krishna, I'm compelled to do this. You please forgive me. And Krishna will understand. And Krishna has created a very nice arrangement, chanting the holy name of the Lord. But not to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name, but take shelter of the holy name, and the holy name will give you all the protection. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So I will end the class now. Thank you all very much. Today is Ekadasi. So have a very nice Ekadasi. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande.